Good evening, good afternoon, and maybe good morning to some of our esteemed learners today. I am Dr. Anju Sabharwal, the Academic Director for IIU India chapter and also a member of the core team. And it gives me great pleasure to invite all of you on another journey this evening. I know we had a fantabulous session with Ravi sir yesterday. And I think the saying Dil Mange More continues. But we're moving on with two fantabulous guides and mentors. I wouldn't say trainers because they themselves are very acclaimed and highly proficient. So a very warm welcome to everyone this evening. And I hope I would request everyone to please mute themselves. Sorry. And I hope that this evening proves to be just as learning
Enjoy your
for
meal.
all of us. But before I go any further, a little salute to the platform on which we are, that is the International Internship University. The IIU, as it is known, is the world's first virtual university which provides aspiring trainers, educators, principals, edu-leaders, directors, edupreneurs, coaches, students, and each and every individual an opportunity to master coaching skills and apply them in the best way possible. This stronghold has been established by a very energetic and established Mr. Piyush Pandit, a visionary educationist from the past 2 decades. We have come up with the 3 days of comprehensive certified global trainers program for trainers by our experienced and well-qualified global resource persons, which gives the trainees an opportunity to work on their skills and core competencies and come forward with something more exciting, innovative, and unique, eventually benefiting the end users. We would urge you to join us in our mission to make education equal for all by choosing IIU. So here I would like to begin day 2 of this trainers program. It is indeed a great privilege and honor to introduce to you all our session's knowledge guru, as I would put it, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas from United Kingdom, Director, CEO of Yes You Can International. She is a business management graduate from Northampton, UK. An inspirational speaker, author, and global advisor. Besides this, she's a certified youth mentor, certified career counseling, mindset and transformational coach, and relationship and family mentor. Last but not the least, ma'am is the Global African Queen of Inspiration and is an honorary counselor with International Internship University. Welcome, ma'am, to this unique platform, and a very warm welcome and good evening to you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all our great speakers, our great participants, and also our trainers, our trainees, and our great speakers on this platform. I want to quickly go straight because I've got only 45 minutes and I want to make sure I train myself to that particular time. I also want to use this time to say thank you so much, ma'am, and you, Sabawa, for introducing me. Thank you so much. Let me go straight to the point. Okay, thank you so much for this great opportunity to train our trainers. I acknowledge Sir Piyush Pandit, the founder of International Intensive University, the trustee, the co-founder, and the vice chancellor, the educators, the organizers of this workshop, and our beautiful, wonderful moderator. I also thank the learners, the trainers, and participants for your patience and willingness to learn and get better in your career. Thank you also to my co-trainers, especially Dr. Ravi Kumar, for starting the show with us yesterday. And that makes me to be a little bit nervous this afternoon to lecture, to share my inspiration nugget of wisdom. I want to say, acknowledge you, sir, and all our co-trainers for learning from this valuable knowledge. May God bless you all, and I wish you all the best. So let's quickly go straight. Today, the assignment given to me is the challenges faced by the trainers and the trainees. Cultural differences, language barriers, capable of meeting deadlines, time constraint, instability of network, persistency, understanding the type of audience and participants, and also handling and understanding adolescence and adult learning. I might not, let me just warn you, I might not be able to finish all these challenges, but I will just try my best and the slides will be available. Right, let's go further. In this picture, you can see all kinds of groups, and I believe that you know exactly what they are doing. We have the trainers and then we have the trainees. And just what can you observe from these various meetings? If you can write it on the chat box, because I won't be able to give you any 2 minutes. I'm sorry about that, but you can just observe how every one of them are listening, what is going on, how excited they are, and probably some of them probably being distracted with something. So I just want you to just watch it quickly while I move on. Trainer of trainees do, and what is the differences between the trainee and the trainee. So let me quickly, who is the trainee? A trainee is a person who is learning and practicing the skills of practical job. For example, there is a shortage of trainee dentists in the UK. Who is a trainer? A trainer is a person who teaches skills like Dr. Ravi Kumar, who teaches skills for a particular job, like we are all teaching, learning how to improve our training system, activities or sport. For example, I like to think of myself as a trainer or as an inspirational lead teacher. What does a trainer or trainee do? The trainer will need to arrange the means by what trainees can practice the skills they are expected to develop. It will be necessary to arrange training exercise wherein the student can learn to do what the learning objectives describes. Training must be given repeat opportunity to practice the techniques. What is the difference now between the trainee and the trainee? A trainee is commonly known as an individual taking part in a training program within an organization. So a trainee is an official employee of the firm that is being trained to the job they were originally hired for. So literally, a trainee is an employee in training. So let's move on with our slides. Before I go any further, I believe by now many people have known me with mindset, because mindset is everything. And any topic I am teaching, I have to add mindset to it. So mindset towards challenges. Mastering your mind is one of the greatest life challenges of all. Your mind controls your perspective. It informs how you receive and process your interactions with the world around you. Unlike other things you can claim mastering over after a finite amount of time, the mind can take a lifetime to master. Furthermore, I would say mindset is everything. Mindset is used for acquiring knowledge. And that is what we are all here as a trainee and as a trainer. This is what we're doing. We can conceive and achieve with our mind, and our mindset can be doorway or barrier to our destiny, depending on how we think. For you become what you think about. It is your thought that helps shape your boundary, and our mind is a producer of our present circumstances. So I'm just going to move forward to say, see challenges as an opportunity and obstacles for growth. So what does a challenge mean then? What does a challenge mean to you and to me and to every one of us? It means you've stepped out your comfort zone, taken on a new task. You've set new goals for yourself as a trainer or as a trainee, and you've ready to work hard to achieve them. A challenge is something that teaches us how to grow as a person and to learn from our mistakes or to learn from the present challenges that we are facing, even as a trainee or as a trainer. They encourage personal development. That is why it is so necessary that we face and we deal with the challenge. It encourages personal development and a way to work on self-improvement. Facing challenges and navigating one's way through them builds resilience capacity. So knowing that one can overcome obstacles, learn from struggles, especially as a trainee and as a trainer. So we learn from the struggles and benefit from the mistakes, laid a solid foundation for success in later life. So here we are talking about challenges. And like I've listed it right from the beginning, one of the challenges we all face is the cultural differences, which is very important as a trainee and as a trainer. It helps dispel negative stereotypes and personal biases about different groups, because we are not equal and because we are all different. In addition, cultural diversity helps us recognize and respect ways of being that are not necessarily our own, so that as we interact with others, we can build bridges to trust, respect, and understanding across culture. So why is cultural diversity important as well, that we have to notice or recognize? We've always given you the most obvious example of a language barrier. People speaking languages native to different regions. Dialects are another example of language barrier. People can technically speak the same language and still face misunderstanding and gaps in the society. So it is very important that we go through this study. So let me move on to say the synonyms of challenges. You can call it difficulty, you can call it very tough, you can call it time demanding, you can also call it rigorous or very hard to achieve, and you can call it so complicated or formidable or even testing. So these are the words we can use when we are talking about challenges. So what kinds of challenges can you face as a trainer or as a trainee or learning? If you know some of it, because I need to move fast, you can write it down on the chat box, because you know why? No one knows it all. As we are training, we are also learning. So any ideas apart from the one I'll be talking about, you can write it on the chat box. Let's learn from one another. So I will just move on. Like, these are the things that we are going to be focusing on this training. But if you have any other topics that relates to the challenges that you can face even in your own training while you are training others, please write on the chat box. We want to know as well, because this is just the stages. We can do better and we can learn from one another. So cultural differences involve the integration and the maintained system of socially acquired values. It could be beliefs, different beliefs. It could be rules of conduct, which impact the rate of accepting behavior distinguishable from one society group to another. Like, we are on this platform, we have about 74 participants, some from Nigeria, some from UK, some from India, from Philippines, and we all have different cultures. We also have different beliefs. Like I said right from the beginning, our mindset can be different. My own mindset can be different from yours. What you believe on can be different. So that is why we need to be aware of all this while we are training others. Cultural differences are the various beliefs, behaviors, even languages, practices, and expression, how we express one another, considered unique to members of a specific ethnicity or race or national origin. So, example of cultural differences includes values, norms, beliefs, rituals, mannerisms, expression between different society. So I've already talked to you about why cultural differences are important and why is cultural diversity important. So let me move on. We have, like I said before, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and gender identity, like male and female. We have education, different education level. Some can be educated up to professional degree. Some people can just start from maybe assets or just lower level. But we are still on this platform, and we have to find a way to involve everyone. So these are kind of the cultural challenges that we are facing. So we have cultural behavior, education classes, ensure the even communication. They are all very important. And what are 7 examples of culture? Social organization, customs, religion, language, government, economy, and arts. So say 7 barriers to communication could be physical barrier. It could be perspective barrier. It could be emotional barrier. So there will always be barrier in education. For example, as I am now, I'm in UK. Some people are in Africa or in India. It might not be a way we can communicate. Some people might not understand if we don't really, take some movement. If you're just talking, they will just be looking. I can be bored for them. Like me, I might not be so fast in picking up things. That's why you find me writing things down. So I might not be fast in absorbing whatever people are saying, or the leaders are saying, or the teachers, or the trainer. So that is why, for me, to help me, I'll quickly write some things down. So that is another way. So, and then some people as well, you don't know the state of their emotions. Maybe what you are saying, they might grab it, they understand it. It might affect their own inner life, their own emotions as well. So we need to bear in mind that not everybody on the platform can really fully involve or participate, because it depends on their state and it depends on where they're coming from. It could be language barriers as well. Yes, we have common language here, and we are speaking on English. We are speaking English. Some might not be frequent the way we are. They might not understand it. Probably you are using some dragons, whatever they call that thing. Sometimes you might be using some funny language. Sometimes you might be using some complicated words. Sometimes you might be, yes, we are all here. It's easy for us to check our Google and our dictionary. But then while we are here to learn, the person or what they can do is to write it down and check it out later. So these are the barriers. It could be gender barrier, because men can receive the message logically, while women can receive the message through their emotions. So that also is very important. An interpersonal barrier and others like that. So what breaks the language barrier then? The difference in language is the most obvious barrier to communication, as two people speaking two different languages cannot communicate with each other. Imagine me speaking English and somebody else speaking French. How do we communicate? How do we understand one another? We will just be making fun of ourselves. Someone is saying good morning and the other one is saying bonjour. It doesn't correlate like that. So that is why, for example, an American goes to Egypt. He does not understand Arabic. And most people in Egypt do not understand English. So this includes distance, background noise as well, poor or malfunctioning equipment, bad hearing, bad eyesight, speech, impediment is very, very important. For example, we are all here, 78 of us. If somebody decided to be making some noise during the background, others cannot learn. Others cannot understand what they are listening to. So that is also part of the barrier that we need to also. So that is why we always encourage people, when you go to the platform to learn, always mute yourself. Is very important. So let's move on, because you are not only disturbing yourself, you are also disturbing others. Learn. So how can I help someone with language barrier, overcoming language barrier? How can we, as a trainer, support them or help them, especially in that way? Use plain language. Simple as that, clear and simple. Find a reliable translation service. If you have to speak, if your audience are if your audience, they only speak French, then find a good translator that can help you in that area. Enlist the interpreter. So that means you can find, for example, if you're going to France, or you are going to Spain, try to find, so prepare yourself so that, yes, you want to speak English, but at the same time, you want your audience to learn, to understand, and to gain some things you are sharing with them. Provide classes for your employees, for your clients, anyone that you are training, and use virtual method of communication. I personally am still not good at that, but it's part of my skills I'm developing. So that sometimes we shorten the words and we use visual method to communicate. Then sometimes use repetition. You need to keep listening, because like I will say, I can't grab everything at the same time. I want to listen. And at the same time, I want to get something from what we are saying. And that is why I will quickly jot things down. And that is why it is so easy for us as a trainer. Repeat what you've said several times if it's possible, because it might be the third time the trainee is grabbing what you want to say. It might be that is even the time that they will now understand, oh yes, oh yes. It might also be that time that they are listening attentively for them to want to learn. Be respectful. I think that is very important as well. We are all equal and we are all unique and we are all special. Because you are a trainer doesn't give you the opportunity to respect your trainee. So let's be respectful. And that the way we present ourselves as well, we set up our presentation. Let it be in a way that others can feel respected, feel welcomed, and feel relaxed. So it's very important that we need to also respect one another. So the trainees need to respect the trainer, and the trainer also needs to respect the trainee. Sorry that I'm being fast. I have to make sure I meet up my time, but I believe that one or two things you can gain from this, my inspirational nugget. We have the 7 C's of communication. Clarity is ensuring what you are saying is communicated clearly with no room for misunderstanding. If you can try to make sure that you use the right language, simple, and that's visual communication, so that the audience will be able to understand you, will be able to understand your point, and be able to take. Let me say something. When you go to a seminar and you learned from there, what you've learned and you understand is what you will practice. So if you go to a seminar or workshop and you were there for 1 or 2 hours and you didn't gain anything, then there's no change. There's no room for change. There's no room to practice. And that is why, as a trainer as well, we have to make sure that what we are saying is clear to our audience, to our participant. It's understanding for them, because what they understand is what they will practice and implement. So, and then concise, convey your point in a succinct and concise way. And then learn to correct. So let your words use as a correctable lesson for others to check out what they're doing, if it is right or if it is wrong. Because we have so many people that will come to this platform and want to learn. Some of them want to get better. Some of them already, they are trainers, they are great leaders, teachers. So they just want to improve themselves and get better. Some of them also, they want to go to their next level. Maybe some of them also want to be a trainer's trainer or a trainer's trainers. So they are here also to learn. So we have to make sure that we do the right thing for them. I won't be able to finish up all this because I need to jump. So we have correct, we have complete, be conscious of what you are teaching and you are learning. So let's move on. 6 keys to effective communication. Communicate persuasively. When you know what you are talking about, you have confidence and you will speak boldly. So when you are now expressing yourself and sharing it with others, they need to be convinced with what you are saying. If they truly understand and if truly they want to learn. So we have to make sure we communicate persuasively, and then we need to also refer to objective criteria, such as industries, practical. For example, if I'm talking about communication now. I need to make sure that they get the clearer and they understand it. If I want to talk about, let's say I want to talk about agriculture, I need to prepare myself as a trainer to understand it and everything around agriculture so that the audience and the listeners can understand it as well. So we need to prepare ourselves and prepare our slides properly. I'm still learning and I'm not perfect. So that is why I'm also here on this program as a learner as well. Prepare to present your ideas clearly. Be curious, listen, and ask questions. Let me say something about asking questions. If you go to any workshop and you can't get a simple question from that, I want to assume that you know it already and you are there just to reaffirm what you've known. But if you are like me and others on this platform, be prepared to ask questions, because asking questions will give you clarity and better understanding. I was so glad yesterday to see a lot of people willing to ask Professor questions. And that is how you will understand it better and better and have clarity on what the trainer have just shared with you. Make requests and not demand. It's very important. Like I said before, we need to be respectful. So if you are commanding, it doesn't show any respect there. It's like you want to be controlled or you want to impose everything you have. But when you make that request, I think that is a way of polite and also respect as well, and even humble ourselves. Body language and tone of voice are very important in any communication. Either you are teaching or you are sharing or you are speaking, both online and offline. Body language is very important, because do you know that your body language can be opposite what you are saying with your mouth? And do you know that even if you want the learner to listen to you and think about what you've said, and your voice of tone is so high, like bullying, they can't learn anything. That is why sometimes we always encourage ourselves, including me, that watch your emotions when you are sharing or speaking with others, because your emotions can be loudly be seen than what you are saying. And it's very important. And then when you are communicating as well, you need to be capable of meeting deadlines. So that's why you have to set your priority right. You have to set your goals. You have to work hard. If you have to adapt to some changes and be flexible, if you have to use different methods, but just make sure that you are capable of meeting the deadlines. So I'm just going to be moving faster now. 8 ways to demonstrate your ability to meet a deadline. I won't say much. I'll just say, know your deadline, know your deadline. Don't miss a goal simply because you forgot about it. Prioritize your tasks. I just said it. Order your works by time factors. So always plan ahead and allow enough time so that you don't rush and other things like that, so that you don't miss it. Because everyone that is listening to you, they are flowing and they don't want to miss anything. So that's why it is easy for us to plan. Understand the requirement. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I've said it before. And always remove any distraction. If you want to learn, the best way is to focus. Because if once you are distracted, you might miss the important point that you want to share or you want to learn or gain from. So the next one is also the moment of time, which I will just quickly say that time is very important while you are doing your training. to where you are training others. Time management is a soft skill. We all can learn about it. It's a very good skill because it's a foundation for success. If you can't manage your time, you will likely struggle to meet deadlines, make progress on tasks, and achieve your goal. For example, you can mention how you regularly meet project deadline in your previous role. So that is reassessing your time. This type of language can both demonstrate your achievement and your commitment to managing your time properly. Deadline helps us to collaborate towards achieving a shared goals and to keep conflicts, which is very important. Time constraint is a term that defines various factors that limit the project in terms of time. This includes deadline, workloads management, and resource being allocated for us. So anyone that has worked on a project had to deal with certain constraints when it comes to executing the project. It is very, very important. So let's also quickly move on to say that persistency also is very important. Persistence is a personality trait that is characterized by the determination to achieve a goal despite the obstacles and delay that you may encounter. Like I will always say, you need to be persistent. You need to be determined that you want to meet that goal. You want to achieve that goal. You want your trainees to learn more from you so that they can become better. And you yourself as well, you want to be better every day. That is why this kind of program that IIU is setting for us is very important. We learn from one another. Nobody knows it all. And this is part of persistency because you are building yourself up, growing every day. I mean, like yesterday, I learned some points from Dr. Rumi Kuma yesterday. And I believe that today I'm going to get better. Even though this is my first time of joining that great trainers. But then I've learned a little bit yesterday, and I'm going to be learning and learning more. So it is very important. Persistence gives you vital experience. When you are persistent, you learn, and that each failure gives you another opportunity to learn. You cannot know it all. You cannot be perfect, but you can get better. So we cannot try to be perfect because no one can be perfect, but we can get better. And that is why this training is very important to every one of us on this platform. You are better, more resilient. You will also learn how you can overcome all these challenges we are talking about, even the one we haven't mentioned. So persistence refers to how long you are able and willing to stick to these tasks, even when it is challenging. Everything in life is challenging, my dear friends. Even to eat is challenging. To cook is challenging. Even to relax. Because sometimes we want to do more, And at the same time, we are missing out ourselves. So that is also challenging. So, but how we face it and deal with it makes us a winner and an overcomer. Some individuals are willing to keep working at something, even when they run into roadblocks along the way. Yes, as we are here today, we can do it and we can overcome all these challenges. It's just like trainers are like teachers. They are like mothers and parents, really. They are like coach and mentors. So when these challenges face us, we have to continue looking for ways to overcome it. And also tips for motivation. But set small, achievable goals. Focus on the journey and not the overcoming. Because When you enjoy yourself now, when you focus on what you are doing now, you can get better. When you focus and you continue persistently every day doing it, learning how to improve, then you can get better. Keep positive and supportive people in your life. That is my goal. That is my aim. That is my message of Yes, You Can International. Stay positive, even in the midst of negativity, and always willing to improve. Stay positive and focus. Remember, while you are driving speed. There will be a lot of distraction on the way. But when you miss your focus, you already know what is going to happen. So focus on training people and feel satisfactory, feel blessed, feel fulfilling your purpose. So find balance of self-care, personal life, work, school, career, business. Find time to balance it up. Remember your why. Why are you a trainer? Why are you a trainee? Why are you learning this? Why do you want to get better? Why do you want to impart into other people's life? Remember, why is the strong key. Once you know the reason why you are doing what you are doing, you will have that energy comes to you. Practice gratitude. Always appreciate your co-leaders, your co-workers, your co-trainers, your participants, your trainings. Always appreciate them because you're appreciating their time, you're appreciating the data they're using, you're appreciating how they've listened to you, trusting you to speak into their lives. And trainers as well, we need to give them clap orientation. Why? Because they've spent a lot of time preparing for us to learn from their knowledge, from their experience, and from their wisdom. So types of audience could be general public, little, no pro knowledge or understanding. They could be students, younger people expected to learn about the topic, undergraduate students, or they could be professionals. There are different kinds of audience. So like author Jeffrey Ross identifies 6 seekers. Some on this platform, they are seekers. Some of them are amplifiers. Some of them are journals. And then to count it all, because I'm trying to round up now, the knowledge of human growth and development helps trainers, teachers, coach to provide appropriate help for students with developmental problems. Do you know your audience? Do you know your participants? Do you know your learners? Do you know most of the people that are sitting out there? Knowing your learners so you can deliver exactly what they need. There's no point for us training on the skills that they don't need. So by having a deeper understanding of who they are, I know that everybody that is sitting right in front of me, they are learners, they are students, they are great leaders that wanted to develop themselves and become king in their professions. So I know that. So that is why we need, and it will also give us the idea of how to approach them. It's also give us the idea how to approach them, how to speak to them, how to elaborate what we are saying, how to express ourselves. So it is very important. I just want to round up quickly, and then I will just say, know about the children, know about the adolescents, and know about the adults, because the way you will speak to the children will be different from the way you will speak to the adults. So know their language. And then to finally say, talk like an adult, but remember, they are still children. That is for the children. Be proactive, not reactive. Respond to the small stuff quickly. Encourage appropriate self-expression. Find the hidden reason for behavior quickly. Because some of them, they could be what they are going through. It could be from their parents or from their family, or it could be their own personalities or their own challenges that is making them to be distracted during the training. Hold your ground today, and tomorrow will be better. Beware of free time. Very important. And show sincere appreciation. So I want to say thank you so much for this great opportunity once again, for this opportunity for me to train. I acknowledge Sir Piyush Pandey, the founder of International Intensive University, the trustees, the founders, the co-founders, the vice chancellors, the educators, the organizer of this workshop, and moderators. I also want to thank the learners for your patience. Thank you so much for willingness to want to learn from Dr. Elizabeth Lucas and get better in your career. Thank you also to my co-trainers. I appreciate you all because I will also continue learning and learning and learning. I am a learner and leaders are learners. Learning from their value and knowledge is so important to me. And before I finish, let me quickly acknowledge my mentor, Professor Charles Ibora. Thank you, sir. And thank you to all of my great leaders. I salute you all, and may God bless you, and I wish you all the best. Please accept my apology if I have used more than my time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lucas. That was indeed a very informative session. Moving on, we have another distinguished trainer. I wouldn't like to call him that, but nonetheless, it is a matter of great pride and awe to introduce to you all the mentor trainee for the next session, Vasudev sir. He's a professional trainer. He's a passionate trainer and motivational speaker. He conducts high-impact programs on platform and domain skills, especially in the retail sector, life skills, motivational thoughts, and is a certified trainer under Skill India. With his rich knowledge and astute experience, he has been instrumental in helping organizations across the length and breadth of India and abroad to upskill the staff and other learners. For the past decade or so, Sir has been conducting flagship programs such as professional and life excellence and leading teams towards life success. For all his fantastic and superlative efforts, he's certified and nominated freelance trainer for Rustomji Prestige Advanced Global Career Center at Bangalore since July 2017. Besides this, he's a certified corporate trainer from the Indian Academy of Training and Development, IATC, and NSDC, MEPSE, and Guru School, and a level 4 performer in RASCI. I would now like to welcome Vasudev sir to lead the session now. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and a very good evening to you, sir. Sir.
Thank you all.
Good evening, sir.
Because IIU is continually supporting us, and I mean, we are supporting IIU as well in terms of delivering something best so that the learners, they learn. And equally, I am still the learner. I salute Ravi Kumar Saab, because he is already in the session. And I salute Piyush Pandit Saab also, who is, clearing up all the activities one by one and going ahead with the learning. However, I will define this as let us make it learn, unlearn, and relearn. So I thank Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. I think she has covered almost all my topics. because skills needed. She has covered everything almost what I wanted to cover, but in a nutshell, I'll definitely share my thoughts and views. But as we are connected to IIU friends, ensure your delivery has to be, the pinnacle of the heights of whosoever, whichever the subject or whosoever you are conducting with, connected with. So I think a screen is shared to me.
Yes, sir, you can.
Dr. Snigdha.
Sir, you can
Any
share
other
the
Sir, please tell
screen.
me.
You can share the screen, sir. I have given you the option.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just click on that green.
Yeah, got it.
Green one.
Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. Done, sir. No, here itself you can click yes. You're all done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the support. As we all know, skills needed, subject allocated to me, and almost covered by Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. However, I'll give some in-depth, learning or the sayings or justifying myself that how the skills are needed and what sort of skills. So the topic was module 5, skills needed, which is definitely nothing. The knowledge and experience. These are basically the 3 pillars. If somebody says I'll be able to deliver without knowledge, difficult. If somebody says I will not practice and I will deliver, again difficult, and experience. However, your own case studies helps you a lot in sharing your ideas, sharing your valuable knowledge to the learners who are already as your target audience. Now, skill, I think everybody will be agreeing to me, it is a practical. I can repair the refrigerator, subject to I have a knowledge and experience. However, this is not a continuous process, that is practice. It is a continual process. Somebody asked Sachin Tendulkar, I think everybody is aware of, that sir, how come you have scored 0 also, you have scored 10 also, you have scored 100 also, you've done double century also. What is the magic behind this? Or what is the practice behind this? So Sachin Tendulkar Sahab had replied, whatever may come, whatever may happen, sharp 6 o'clock, I am at the practice pitch. So this practice pitch being at 6 o'clock. Either he has done double century the earlier day, or he has gone for 150 runs a day, or 100 runs a day, or maybe he has left the pitch unscoringly. However, sharp 6 o'clock, he is the practice pitch. Now, as it is mentioned, skill is a practical. Without practice, it cannot be achieved. Equally, cannot be transferred. I cannot put my foot in Ravi Kumar Saab's shoes until I am knowing better or something at par with Ravi Kumar Saab. Or indifferently, if you look at, this is going to create a huge differences. Sometimes people say, who is a trainer? What is a trainer? What is a facilitator? What's a coach? What's a mentor? No. A person who transforms your journey of whatever the subject matter you are getting understood, or you are learning, it is nothing but a transformation, and hence can be transferred. It is very well said, I think. Teachers make us learn the subject within two last covers of the notebook. And trainers and facilitators, what they do, they cover out of that box or out of the syllabus learnings for you with practical implications, with knowledge implications and their expertise. So we'll be looking at one of the videos now. I would appreciate everyone should look at this video carefully, because each and every step is learning and it's a skills needed. Let us see. I hope it is audible.
No, sir, the voice is not.
That is just a minute. Is it okay?
No, sir, you will.
Sir, while sharing the screen, select
Did
the
you-
audio
yeah.
option.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
There's a box below which says share sound.
Okay. And the audio option.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it in a video?
Not on PowerPoint, on the Zoom. You will see
Sir,
it, sir, on the
Yeah, I'm in the Zoom
yes.
itself.
You stop sharing.
Speakers, real tech.
Not there, sir. You just stop sharing now.
Just a minute. I'll stop.
Stop sharing. Again, share it.
Just a minute.
And when you click sharing, you have an option before click the sound. You will see it. Click the sound.
Below at the bottom of the thing
Yes.
on the left extreme, you find share sound.
Below, huh?
Yeah.
audio device.
No, sir. First stop share, sir.
First, you have to stop sharing, sir.
How do I stop it? Just a minute.
Just you move your
Yeah,
cursor
yeah.
upward.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now share the screen.
Correct. Now I should
Click
Start
on the
sharing, right?
green up arrow.
yes.
You get a screen.
Yes.
Before you share you just select the picture that you want to share, that is the slides. And before you share it, at the same line at the bottom left, you find share
Shares.
audio sound.
Yes. Got it.
You
got
just tick that box and now you play it.
See, every step had a skill. Once the lion was, backing, Charlie, and is again taking his positioning himself in the same location, he feels that I am proud now. I've done excellent job. No, he has done the excellent job, but that was a courtesy of a lion. That is what we want to learn here. And facial expressions, the body language, whatever. I think Professor Dr. Elizabeth already covered. I'm not going to go in depth now. So let us understand better definition. The learned with an ability to act with the determined results, with good execution, often within a given amount of time, energy, or work. Skills can often be divided into domain general and domain specific. Obviously, supposing I'm a civil engineer, now I want to conduct a training on the project management. So definitely, or the construction management, definitely I'll be needing the skills which are domain specific. It should make them understand what is concrete, what is a brick wall, what is a door, what is a window. I'm just giving a general examples. Once mind, body, and heart create skills in you, once you follow with 3D, that is dedication, discipline, and determination. Friend, here 3D is connected to three major, ingredients of your training skills: mind, body, and heart. Now, supposedly I'm a chain smoker and I go and give the training to the target audience and I speak there, I narrate about non-smoking, which is not going to work. You have to have your behavior and your abilities of your life, which are to be shared equally with the target audience. However, this has to be with dedication, discipline, and determinations. I've already given you a beautiful example of Sachin Tendulkar already. He had a dedication, discipline, and determination. And he used to it is equally ability and capability acquired through deliberate, systematic, and sustained efforts. So your sustained Ravi, I have a salute for the Ravi Kumar Saab because his sustainability is something different. What we do today and what he does today is a vast difference. And he goes with the smoothly and adaptively carrying out the complex activities or job functions, which has got cognitive skills, technical skills, and interpersonal skills. See, herein I was confused how to share the sound and how to share the screen. This is nothing putting up away from the Zoom app makes us, confused. How shall we start with? I'm once again thankful to entire team to support me for the sharing the sound and sharing the screen as well, making me understand. Now, it is ability to do something that comes from the training, experience, or practice. We have already known knowledge, experience, and practice. But herein, skill is much more developed from training. And here, it should be a systematic, sustained efforts. Again, I'm repeating, smoothly, complex activities with the job functions involved. Ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily is execution or performance. Ultimately, whatever you perform, it is being very well judged and very well decided by the target audience. However, ensure, friends, that your ability is proved once you are on the dais, or once you are sharing your knowledge. Now ensure this dais is not captured by anyone. I'll give you one of the live example of my own. I was being invited for one of the training session for 45 minutes in the universities for the newly recruited professors and lecturers. So I was prepared for that, had been there, and fortunately, unfortunately, there were two people on the other end of the class. There were almost 70 plus or 68 plus. I'm talking about the age. Now, once I started my delivery, it was something amazing that these two people not focusing my content or my delivery, but they were busy in their mobiles, just watching their mobiles. So I was worried that how to tackle this situation. You know, this situation for the trainer, again, herein you need some skills to make them comfortable to deliver something. So I thrown out one question to the target audience, and this age group of 35 to 40 were unable to answer. Throughout this question directly to these two of the gentlemen, subsequently and simultaneously. The reason was, allocating this question to these two senior gentlemen, the reason was so that they both can come up to the dais and clarify whatever the questionnaire was. Fortunate it was for me a win-win situation. These two came up simultaneously, and it was my humble request to both of them, sir, would appreciate to make this particular questionnaire in the format of a role play. Because they were expertise, they were having their knowledge, they were having their practices. You know, they reduced my burden. Slowly and slowly, both of them got connected to my delivery, my content. So this is a very essential skill needed. What I looked at, supposedly in an audience, at least 5% or 2% or 3% of your audience is not focusing on your delivery or content. You ask them to deliver the same, so that you are out of the danger of getting captured your dais, and equally you are able to engage the subsequent other audience which is already with you. So, fortunately, this was a situation. So meaning of the skills needed is knowledge effectively. Major, there are two types of skills as per my knowledge I'm concerned. Internal, your own character, values, and ethics. They work on to your skills. Say, supposing I'm drunkard. I need at least 5 to 7 pegs a daily to drink a liquor. But once I'm coming on the dais and I'm speaking about non-alcoholism, which is not going to work from my end, I'm sure. So external is your actual and realistic behavior. So behavior, character, values, and ethics, they go at par. Ensure, friends, never happens that you speak something and you do something. Difficult. Always difficult. So let us go through some of the delivering skills, into which I have mentioned attitude plays a vital role in your skills needed or developing of your skills. Second is mannerism. As I told you, mannerism comes from internal and external attitude of your own behavior of your life. Now here I have added one of the beautiful word called persona. Persona is nothing. I always love to, whenever I am in IIU, yesterday I missed Dr. Ravi Kumar's this thing session because of the health was not well, I'm feverish. But persona is such a spell, such a word. One should feel that when I'm going to meet this trainer again, when I'm going to listen this trainer again. So your attitude, subsequently mannerism, in your persona. Persona is a lifelong, memory for the target audience who carries all the information with both the pockets full. Once he's out of the training box, once he's out of the box. Persona, friends, is nothing. It is nothing but a multiplicative exponential for a raised to m or m raised to a. Either a into m or m into a. Sometimes Narendra Modi, if you listen, you feel listening. Narendra Modi Sahab. The reason is he leaves persona behind. He creates an image or he creates a platform so that an individual, a citizen of India or the citizen of outside India his attitude multiplied by or exponentially formatted by mannerism and the persona he is living besides. Here, everything works together: experience, ability, growth, knowledge, learning, competency. And as it is mentioned, attitude changes everything. Your attitude and mannerism, those are, intangible skills needed. Those are not seen, but those are felt. Hence, mannerism is exposure. Mannerism is tangible. The attitude is intangible. You see, it's intangible and tangible, both the components of persona, they highlight your skills, enhance your skills, enhance your competencies, enhance your learnings, enhance your abilities. If I'm correct. So it's difficult to find images, mannerism and persona. You Google, you will not get any single image or a high density image or a picture of mannerism and persona. They are our lifetime behaviors and reflections on our target audience. Not only target audience, it is from day-to-day life, it is within the society, the nation, the family, whosoever you are connected to. It is nothing but expect the unexpected. Now all the three, attitude, mannerism and persona, creates a natural trainer. It's not an artificial. I do something and I speak something, sorry. Not tolerable, not acceptable. A natural trainer keeps participants first. He himself is a self-inspirational. He's a very active listener. He never exaggerates, fabricates any of the stories or case studies. Whatever the realistic in his life happens, he just goes on repeating those, episodes, whatever happened in a life, and narrates the case studies to the target audience. Because he is not exaggerative, not fabricated, he has got a very good understanding. And he can immediately, match the bandwidth, the target audience and himself. And even if there are judges within, somebody is judging him. So judges also be matching the band with all the three love triangle, or otherwise it is nothing but a target audience. As we mentioned, he is non-exaggerative, he is non-overacting also. He is matured enough to play a vital role in role plays also, narrating stories also, narrating case studies also. Empathetic, he is empathetic because he has got all the three with him: persona, mannerism, and attitude. He will never criticize to anyone. He will always appreciate. Either he has done a bad thing or wrong thing, but with a positive feedback, he will appreciate the learner. He gets respects and he is respected. It is a vice versa. Always these three intangible: humbleness, your politeness, and your firmness, is from within. Nothing show or a showcase. And hence, enjoys learning journey with an audience. He also learns something whenever he's delivering something. And his skills and abilities are definitely appreciated by the audience. And equally, he himself appreciates the audience once they are out of the box or out of the classroom. So we never need to argue. And always what he mentions is, he never says who is right. He always says what is right. And that captures the hearts of the target audience, the trainers. However, if you don't prepare yourself, you are no more. It is very well mentioned in red letters. One should be well prepared. One should be well productive. See, I'm just narrating some stories or something which are not connected to the relevant delivery, the content. That's not going to work. Equally, the trainer has to be productive and perform multitasking. Never believes in competition, but always in collaboration. As I had narrated my own story, two senior members were sitting and chatting on the mobile, and I just suggested them to have the question and they can start, format the same questionnaire in the role play, and they were able to. So I collaborated with them. I did not compete. He has to know and understand the audience. Always facts and figures should be true enough. As I told you earlier, that he never fabricates nor exaggerates. So it has to do with fact finder, and he applies and he practices. We would like to you should be within 10 to 15 minutes, you are able to inculcate, who's focusing on your delivery and who is not focusing. That skill is very, very, very essential. So friends, always, again, I repeat, mention in the training sessions what is right, not who is right. So herein, again, one should be well prepared with the reading and listening. But however, once I'm prepared with my session, I should check it first. How is my delivery? How is the content? How is the sequence? How is the role play? How is exercising? When will be the ice-breaking games will be there? And some short-term assignments or puzzles will be there. First is a check. Second is a recheck. Third is a cross-check. And fourth is a double check. So in case you don't follow these checks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you feel that you are always overconfident, sorry, it is a part of a failure, not a failure, I say. It is a part of a failure in a session. So friends, check, recheck, cross, very, very highly essential for the skills needed for a trainer or a facilitator or a coach or a mentor. Now here is a cycle, how your mind, body and heart makes you a trainer and how the skills they get, it should be object oriented for what you are going to deliver. Ensure that people learn from this object. It should be pleasing one and should be consistently successful. The 3 steps, if you're successful, automatically 5th will be push-and movements. If your movements are, I'm feeling sleepy and I'm yawning in my classroom, having frequently a cup of water, not making any movement or body language, it is not going to work. Skill is dependent on all these 5 things: objective, the learnings the learners have, the manner should be pleasing, it should be consistently successful and efficient. And this comes in your mind, body, and heart is also attached to your external behavior. So this, I think, we need not to go for, because everybody knows the hard skills are what and soft skills are what. So in case somebody want to have it as a technological, scientific, tools, techniques, specific, specialized, procedural, methodical, replicable, predictable, fine. I think you people are more smarter and more knowledgeable than me, so nothing to bother. However, here, to acquire a new skill is very important. So in case, just a minute, I'm not able to read. Check your readiness, it is the first check. Make sure it is needed. I mean, it is essential as per the content. Know how you learn the best. So continual learning and continual focusing on your knowledge and practice. It helps you the point number 3, bullet number 3. Get the right help. You people help me. This is a recent story. Now reflect along the way. Reflection will be obviously mind, body, and heart, and your external behavior. Start with little. So firstly, I do remember when I passed on from IITD, that is Indian Academy of Training and Development, I had first presentation only 3 slides. Start, middle, and the end. So my mentor told me, so they have to improve in all this. So started learning, being my mind focused on that. Even Professor Elizabeth also mentioned that you should be focused. So we have to be patient also as such. It is not necessary that you have to rush. Challenge yourself to teach it to others. So this is a very good point. 8th point. So I was having a much stage fear and body language. So my mentor told me you need to stand exactly opposite to the mirror. Start practicing for your content and delivery and your facial and your hand movements so that you'll improve. So I took up this challenge and started. Today it is God's blessings, and everybody mentor in our today's meeting should bless me so that I go with all these challenges nicely and should come forward with the beautiful deliveries and contents development. Now, ensure you all shall be the best. The reason is this is IIU spreaded almost in 95 countries. But once you are attached to IIU, you have to ensure that you are doing the best. And it will be my wish, and I'll be seeking the blessings of all of the participants and the mentors and the, my facilitators and coaches to bless me so that once I'm attached to IIU, I deliver to the best of my knowledge, best of my practice, best of my experience, and best of my thinking skills. Thankful to all. We'll be watching one video. Oh, I forgot to watch that video.
So you can share it separately, or you can share it tomorrow as well, because tomorrow also we have a session.
No, just hold on for just 5 minutes.
Yes.
I'll just add it.
Yeah, but anyway, sir, it was extremely brilliant session by you. And I think Professor Dr. Queen also have done the wonderful job. Very impressive and theoretical knowledge we got. Thank you to both of you. Oh, the video is come here.
I'll share this video.
Yes.
Round 3. Final round. Fight!
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, sir. Extremely brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Vasudev, sir. It was indeed very enriching and very systematically led session. So really appreciate the learning, and I hope the learners today also went back with a lot more that we can all carry. So till tomorrow, we will meet again. Good night. Bonne nuit. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves. And hope to see you all tomorrow evening once again. Thank you very much to all the learners and all our guides and mentors. Thank you.
Yeah, but yes, but tomorrow is going to be a last day. So
Yes.
certainly we may exceed on time. So let's be prepared for that. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Vasudev, sir. Hope to see you all. Oh, we have Professor Charles also here, our Vice Chancellor. Pleasure to see your presence here. Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Good night,
Caesar.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much, Professor
Take care.
Nanda.
Good night.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much for